Hey everyone, Anil here and welcome back to another video of Power Apps. So today we are going to create first application of Power Apps. How we can create that. So this is my homepage makes.powerapps.com and here I will go with start with a blank canvas. Okay. So here I will click on responsive. All right. So my studio environment is going to be open. Yes. So the studio environment has been open. Now what I will do, this is my first screen, this is my footer, and this is the main content, and this is my header. So for this, what I will do, I will go for flexible height, and here I will make 1:1 is fine, I think. And for that main content, what I will do, I will go for 1.5. Okay, so here is 1.5 and here is 1. Great. Inside this, first I will go for setting, and in the setting I will go in updates, and in updates I will on my modern controls and theme, because we having the modern controls, like I'll show you here are form. This form is modern and this form is a classical, so we are going to use modern form for now. So my form has been dropped over the screen. Now I will go into the data. Here I will choose SharePoint, click on SharePoint, and then this is my site collection name. Site collection name is, this is the site collection name. Okay, so here I have created already a site collection and a SharePoint list over here. Let me go over here and I will choose my issue tracker list. Okay, issue tracker list. So this issue tracker list I already created over here. I'll show you. If you don't know how to create issue tracker list or how to create a list, actually I will let you know how we can do that. So this is my issue tracker list. Okay, see here. If you want to create a new SharePoint list, how you will do that? Go in your site collection. So this is my site collection, and then inside this you can see here one icon will be load, this one, and here you will click site contents, and a site contents you will go and choose the option as a list. If you're looking for a page, document, library, apps, so that a different story, but right now we are going to create a list. Choose list, provide a name, suppose tracker demo. Okay, click on the create button. So whenever you will click on the create button, it will create a SharePoint list, and where we can create column whatever are required. So text column, choice column, date and time column, multiple line of text, whatever you want. So this is how you can create issue tracker list. Great. Now this list I will add with my form. The list is going to be added, and automatically all the controls, whatever column I have defined over here, the similarly the column will be create over here. Okay, see my column has been created. It is not going to be show because what we have to do, this is my form, and by default it is in a edit mode. I will go and make it default mode as a new. Now if I will click, it will visualize my form. Okay, so this image actually we are not going to create for now. So what I will do, if you want you can remove the column as well. Click on the remove, and if you want you also issue source also I'm not going to take, and then date reported is fine, assigned to is fine, status, priority, description and title correct. If you want you can just change the sequence of your columns. Okay, see here the column sequence is going to be changed. Great. Now in this I will add a header. Okay, this is my header, and this is my logo. So for that, this is my property option. Click over here. My property will be visualized, and here I will upload a logo. So this is my logo. Okay, the logo has been added, and then this is the screen name. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will go here and I will rename the screen name as a issue tracker. Okay, so this issue tracker has been added over here. What I will do now, inside this form, you can see we are in a main content, and this main content, I will add a container. Inside this container, I will go into the property. In the property, I will make height as a 50. Okay, and width, minimum width is fine. And this is my container. This is flexible height. Oh no, this I will make it a 50. Great. Now inside this, I will add a button control. The control has been added. So this, I will make it in the center for now. Okay. I will go into the container, put it into the center. And this container width, I will make it a flexible. Button, I will try to put into the center, but how we can put this control into the center, I will discuss you in my responsive video. Okay, this I will make it a save icon. I will go and make it a save. Okay, now inside this, I will add a gallery control. Go here and add a vertical gallery control. So the vertical gallery control has been added. Now I will bind this by issue tracker list. This has been done, and if I will go here, this item dot assign to dot picture. Okay, so now the picture you can see over here. All right. Also, we having few property of your form. If you want, you can layout, you can make it a horizontal. See here, issue description and your entry box is showing horizontally. If you want, you can make it vertical. If you want to 3 layers, or if you want 4 columns, it is up to you. Okay, 4 columns also you can provide over here. Now if we are going for a 4 column, I can make change in the fill option. So I'll make it 1:1. Okay, now my gallery is little bit large. Here what I will do, I will go for radius and I'll make it the radius as a this item dot self dot width. So this is going to be for radius top left, but here I will go directly and I can paste 45 or 72, whatever you want. Okay, so whenever I will paste it for 45, you can see I can see my all the circle images into the circle. Okay, now there is two things that we have to do. This is our save button. So save button is not visible. Why it is not visible, I will let you know. So this form, minimum width I will make it a 0. Okay, minimum height I will make it a 0. Now we can check the save button is visible. Now I will write a formula over here, submit form 1. Okay, whenever I will issue underscore 00123 and issue description hello issue description test and Priority, I'll make it a normal. Status, I'll make it a in progress. And assign to, you can see the assign to option is 804. So for that, what I will do, I will go here, go into the edit, and here we will display the display name and email address. It will show us only the display name. Now you can see the display name Anil Kumar, we can see over here. I have a single user application, single user in my Active Directory, and that's the reason I can see only Anil Kumar over here. Now this will be date reported, issue logged by, still we can see 800. For this also you can go and you can change it to edit field and then display name. Now you can see Anil Kumar. Whenever you will click over here, issue underscore 001 and 9 has been, this one 00123 has been added over here. Okay, for that what I will do, this is my header, this is my gallery. So minimum height I'll make it a 0, minimum width I will make it a 0. Okay, so issue underscore 00123 and this is normal. Okay, now you can see the blank form. So that I don't want. What I want, every time whenever we are inserting a data into the form should be open into a new form, not a edit form. So I will go into the save button, I will reset form 1. Okay, then I will open a new form and form 1. Great, I will save it. In the application name I will make it first Power Apps app. Click on save. Great. Now one more thing we will do on success. Sorry, not save. On success. On success, we will notify form has been saved successfully. And this we will go for success. Okay. So whenever you will submit a form, you will get a notification that your form has been submitted. Okay. So now let me go issue underscore 008 and priority I will make it a high. Status I will make it a completed, not completed, in progress or blocked. Click on save. See, so it has been added issue underscore 008, but it is not assigned to anyone. You cannot see, the picture is coming blank. Okay, how we can do that? So for that, if you want to edit your record, how you will edit the record? For that, what you will do, go into the form and here into the item property. This is my gallery 1. So I will go gallery 1 dot selected. And then one more thing, whenever you will go for gallery 1 dot selected, it will select the item, the gallery item into the form, but it will not create a edit form because this form is in a new mode, because by default it is in a new mode, and whenever we are submitting the data, then also it is resetting the form and coming in a new mode form. So for that, what I will do, whenever anybody will click on the gallery item, then we will make a edit form 1. Great. So now whenever I will click on issue 001, you can see my form has been loaded. The last issue underscore 008 we have added. Now I will edit the user and click on save. You can see my form, my item has been saved successfully. I can see form has been saved successfully. Now my form has been saved successfully. Great. Now one more thing we can see, now my form is in a edit mode. If we are here, if on this condition I want to add the form, not a, added the data. Then what I will do, we having two options. Either you can just click on the save button, the form will be open in new mode, or you can create a new, in more, one more button over here and provide new form 1. Okay, then your form will be open in a new mode. Now we will go and do some branding. So the branding is available. Okay, I'll go here. Basically this is our application, and I will go into the theme, and if I want I can provide this theme. So it is saying apply to classical control. Modern themes are automatically applied to classical control in your app. Do you want to apply this modern theme to your classical control? You can always select up undo if you are not happy with the result. Great, I want to enable this. You can see this is going to be selected. Click here, click here, click here, click here. But what I will do, I will undo it. Okay, I will undo it. I want to apply only on the form. So if you want, what you can do, you can go into the theme, and in the theme, if you want, you can add your own theme also. So your own theme, suppose I'm going to create a blue theme and custom theme. Custom theme will be the name, and font I will make it letter black, and in the bottom I will go and click on create. See, my theme has been applied over here. Great, this theme is applied over here. Now you can see the font is letter black and the color is whatever we have chosen into that theme. See here. So the theme has been applied, and one more thing what we can do, this is not coming into the center. So for that I will make it into the center. Okay, now see this application, if I will open into the iPad, how it's look like. It looks perfectly whatever we want. But if I will open this application, into the mobile, how it will respond. Let me show it in a mobile. See, this is showing like this. I will rotate it. Now this is showing like this. Perfect. So this application is working into the mobile also. But see here, our save button has been hidden. What is that? What is that reason? What the reason that save button has been hidden? Because this is a normal container. This is not a horizontal or vertical container, because horizontal or vertical container, using that we can create a responsive design. You can see all my container are horizontal or vertical container. Accordingly they are fitting the control inside the container, but this control is not inside a horizontal or responsive container, and that's the reason I cannot see the save button. So for that, stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my all the upcoming videos, and also watch my responsive tutorial video. In that I will let you know how we can make our application responsive. Okay, and I hope you love this video. If you love this video, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you and bye bye.